Good morning, Cornerstone. We want to this morning look at Proverbs chapter 8 and the personification of wisdom. What I'm loving about this series is as we go back and forth between Psalms and Proverbs is that we're finding a lot of applicable wisdom. And this morning I want to look at wisdom as it speaks for itself. It says, "The Lord brought me forth as the first of his works, before his deeds of old. I was formed long ages ago, at the very beginning, when the world came to be. When there were no watery depths, I was given birth. When there were no springs overflowing with water, before the mountains were settled in place, before the hills, I was given birth. Before he made the world or its fields or any of the dust of the earth, I was there when he set the heavens in place. When he marked out the horizon on the face of the deep, when he established the clouds above and fixed securely the fountains of the deep, when he gave the sea its boundary so that waters would not overstep his command, and when he marked out the foundations of the earth, then I was constantly at his side. I was filled with delight day after day, rejoicing always in his presence, rejoicing in his whole world and delighting in mankind. Now then, my children, listen to me. Blessed are those who keep my ways. Listen to my instruction and be wise. Do not disregard it. Blessed are those who listen to me, watching daily at my doors, waiting at my doorway. For those who find me find life and receive favor from the Lord. But those who fail to find me harm themselves. All who hate me love death." That's Proverbs chapter 8 and verses 22 through 36. I want to look at the first two verses at the beginning, and then we'll go backwards a little bit here. But it says, "For those who find me find life and receive favor from the Lord." Wisdom is talking to you. Wisdom is talking to me. If you're on a search for something right now, wisdom is saying, find me. Find me and live. And find favor from the Lord. But here's the warning, and oftentimes Proverbs give us a warning. If you fail to find wisdom, you're going to harm yourself. All who hate wisdom love death. Well, let's go back to verse 28 and following and figure out, how do we find wisdom? How do we search out and find it so that we can have life and favor from the Lord? Well, it says that this wisdom was brought forth right at the beginning. Right when God was forming the heavens and the earth, right when He was creating the animals and the plants and the sky and the sea, there was wisdom. She was at His side. It talks about all the forming of all these different parts of the world, the mountains, the hills, the fields, the dust. I was there when He set the heavens in place, and He marked out the horizon. He established the clouds above and fixed securely the fountains of the deep. What is wisdom telling us here? Wisdom is telling us that she was with God at the beginning. She was there. She was a part of God. And I would suggest that God created the heavens and the earth through wisdom. And where do we get wisdom? Wisdom comes from God. It comes from above. Do you want to be creative? Do you want to demonstrate the image of God that is in you? Seek wisdom. Look for wisdom. If you're having a hard time, ask the Lord for wisdom. Well, it goes on to say, I was constantly at his side. I was filled with delight after day, rejoicing always in his presence. That's a very important key. Rejoicing always in his presence. Do you want to have wisdom? Do you want to find favor with God? Find yourself always in the presence of the one who gives wisdom. Simple, right? Not so much, but important. Important to take time each day in the presence of the Lord our God. You want to find wisdom that gives life and allows you to receive favor from the Lord? Find yourself rejoicing in the presence of the Lord each day, and you will find wisdom. Well, it goes on to say, children, listen to me. Blessed are those who keep my ways. Listen to my instruction and be wise. Do not disregard it. Blessed are those who listen to me, watching daily at my doors, waiting at my doorway. How do we find wisdom? We listen. We listen for her voice. We wait and listen. Blessed are those who keep her ways. In other words, it's not enough to gather wisdom and knowledge in your head. It's more important that that knowledge and that wisdom applies to our daily lives, that we put it into practice. She's saying, wait, listen, and put into practice my instructions. Don't disregard what I tell you. Many people hear from wisdom and disregard it. They don't put it into practice. They don't do what wisdom tells them to do. Let's be different here at Cornerstone Community Church. Let's put into practice the wisdom that we gain as we read through the Psalms, as we read through the Proverbs. Let's hear, first of all, let's listen and hear, but then let's put into practice what we hear. Wisdom speaking to us. Wisdom personified. And this is a daily practice. Watching daily. Waiting at my doorway. That's how we find wisdom. A daily walk with God that leads to not just wise sayings, not just a head full of wisdom, but a life well lived. That's what brings us to find life and favor from the Lord. Have a great day, and God bless you.